He was dying, or so everyone believed. 12 doctors had declared the poisoned Duke beyond saving. His body trembled, his hair fell out. His nights were filled with screams of agony that echoed through the halls of Santillana Manor. But what if I told you he wasn't dying from illness, he was being slowly murdered? And the person behind it wasn't an enemy from outside the walls, it was someone from his own bloodline. This is the story of the poisoned Duke, the nurse who refused to give up, and the betrayal that almost destroyed an entire dynasty. Before we begin, if you love dramatic stories full of mystery, betrayal, and powerful romance, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps this story reach more people who enjoy intense storytelling like this. Isadora Beltran arrived at Santillana Manor long after sunset. 2 years widowed, with no fortune and no powerful surname, she had built her life inside the cold corridors of a charity hospital. She had no idea she was walking into the center of a conspiracy. 3 weeks earlier, she had saved an elderly woman who was moments away from death. That woman turned out to be the matriarch of one of the most powerful families in the region. As repayment, Isadora was summoned not to celebrate, but to care for the dying heir, the poisoned Duke himself. Have you ever walked into a situation knowing your life was about to change forever? Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt that kind of moment? Gael Santillana had once been strong, commanding, impossible to ignore. Now he was barely recognizable. At just 32, he looked like a man decades older. His hands shook uncontrollably, his body weakened by the day. Every specialist had given a different diagnosis, yet all agreed on one thing: there was no cure. If you're already feeling the tension of this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and allows me to keep bringing you powerful stories like the Poisoned Duke. When Isadora entered his darkened chamber, the air felt heavy with despair. Curtains closed, medicine bottles scattered, and there he was, pale, exhausted, resigned. "Another nurse?" he muttered. "How long before you run away?" She didn't answer. Instead, she walked to the windows and threw them open. He glared at her. "You don't have permission." "You need air," she replied calmly.
No one spoke to the poisoned Duke like that. No one dared. What would you have done in her place? Obeyed silently or challenged him the way she did? Let me know in the comments. That night, she insisted on preparing a bath infused with calming herbs. Against his pride, he accepted her help, and something changed. His breathing slowed, his muscles relaxed. For the first time in months, the tremors softened. "Months," he whispered later, staring at his steadier hands. "It's been months since I felt like this." "I'm not one of the 12 doctors," she told him quietly. And that was the moment the story of the Poisoned Duke began to shift. If you're enjoying this unraveling mystery, pause for just a second, hit like and subscribe. The deeper we go, the darker it gets. Over the next days, something remarkable happened. When Gael ate only what Isadora prepared, his condition improved. He slept, his tremors reduced, his eyes regained light. But the fourth morning changed everything. Isadora overslept in the library after studying medical texts. When she rushed to his room, she found him eating a rich breakfast served by his personal attendant, Matthias. That night, the agony returned, worse than ever. Cold sweat, violent spasms, collapsing to the floor. Too sudden, too precise. Isadora examined the breakfast tray and noticed tiny dark particles mixed into the seasoning, barely visible, easily ignored, but she did not ignore them. Have you ever suspected something was wrong even when no one else saw it? Comment, "I trust my instincts," if you believe intuition can save lives. She secretly rode through the night back to the hospital laboratory. Under careful testing, the truth emerged. Hemlock.
Administered in small doses, it wouldn't kill immediately. It would weaken, destroy the nervous system slowly, create the perfect illusion of a terminal illness. The poisoned Duke wasn't sick, he was being poisoned. If this revelation shocked you, make sure you like the video and subscribe, because what comes next will leave you speechless. Back at the manor, Isadora revealed the truth to Gael. He stared at the darkening water in the test glass, watching the poison react. "I'm not dying?" he asked. "No," she replied firmly. "Someone is trying to kill you." One name filled the silence: Ulysses, his younger brother, the next in line, the man who had sat by his bedside whispering loyalty while planning his downfall. Tell me honestly, do you think betrayal hurts more when it comes from family? I want to read your thoughts in the comments. Instead of confronting him immediately, Isadora proposed something daring. We pretend the plan is still working. And so the poisoned Duke continued his performance. He trembled when Matthias entered, groaned loudly at night, pretended weakness. Meanwhile, in secret, he took the antidote 3 times a day. His strength returned. His hair began to grow. His eyes sharpened. Hidden guards were placed inside the manor. Conversations were monitored. Movements tracked. Then, one night, Ulysses was caught giving instructions about how longer the decline should last.
The confrontation was devastating. No denial, no shame. "Father always favored you," Ulysses said coldly. "I corrected the natural order." The words cut deeper than any poison. Would you forgive someone who tried to take your life out of jealousy? Or is that unforgivable? Let me know below. Ulysses and his accomplice were arrested. Justice would follow. But healing was more complicated. Standing by the window days later, Gael whispered, "I almost died believing my brother loved me." Isadora didn't offer grand speeches. She simply stayed. And sometimes, staying is the greatest act of love. If stories about resilience, love, and justice inspire you, this is your moment to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next on this channel. Weeks later, Gael appeared on the manor balcony, alive, standing tall. The crowd gasped. The doctors gave up, but one person refused. He took Isadora's hand publicly. She saved the life of the poisoned Duke. And then he shocked everyone. "I will not walk alone anymore. She will stand beside me as my future wife." The murmurs were immediate. A nurse, a widow, no noble title. But strength does not require noble birth. The wedding was simple, no spectacle, just certainty. Months later, Isadora expanded medical education across the region, creating opportunities for women who had once been invisible. Gael supported her fully because he had learned something powerful. Power is not inherited. Trust is not guaranteed. And sometimes the greatest salvation comes from someone who chooses to stay when everyone else prepares for your funeral. Before we end, I want to hear from you. What part of the poisoned Duke story impacted you the most? What lesson did you learn? Would you have exposed the truth the same way Isadora did? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. If this story moved you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves powerful, emotional storytelling. And remember, sometimes the deadliest poison isn't in the cup, it's in the betrayal. See you in the next story.